Hi, everyone. I have something super exciting to share with you today. Say hello to Kelly Jenkins from Houston, Texas. Kelly is the founder of Daisy Fresh Cleaning and also a graduate of the Drop Them Up and Scale Accelerator, Rise Retreat attendee, and now part of the Sisters Elite group. Welcome, Kelly.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, excited to have you. So I wanted to have Kelly on today because she's doing so extremely well with her cleaning business in a short amount of time. And I thought it would be awesome that she could share her story and you could get to know her because she is just amazing. So tell us your story. You originally started your company in Austin, Texas. Is that correct?
Yes. So we're originally from the North Houston area. We had been in Austin for a few years. Um, my husband had gotten laid off, and I wanted to help out financially. And I thought, why not start a cleaning business? It was a resort town. I was originally wanting to do Airbnbs only. And so that was my original goal, was just to do all of the rentals there because it's a semi-resort area. So that was my original plan, and I
Okay.
quickly pivoted to residential recurring cleaning.
So you started in Austin and we started working together when you were in Austin, and then your husband got a job offer, and then you moved to Houston and then opened up basically a second location, right? Sort of.
Yeah, essentially. I enjoyed, I've always enjoyed entrepreneurship, and I got such fulfillment from helping other people. And I fell in love with my clients. We had a great working relationship, and I just loved running the business. And I, so when we moved to Houston, I didn't want to give that up. I wanted to open up another location.
You love the marketing and sales part of it.
I love the marketing, the
Give it.
sales part, the networking. I love working on the business, not necessarily in the business, even though I love my clients and develop a really good relationship with them.
Yeah.
Relationships are key to me,
Mm,
outside the business and inside the business and with employees.
agreed. I agree with that. So let's talk about the competition in Texas. There are a lot of cleaners in Texas, right?
There are a lot of cleaners
Mhm.
in Texas. Yeah.
And you were afraid. Were you afraid in the beginning?
I was terrified in the beginning. When I started in Austin, it was a very small town, 7,000 people. And there were so many cleaners on our neighborhood page. And they were doing it way less than what everything I had read. And I was just not willing to work so hard for so little. I had read enough and was naive enough to just go in and do everything I was told, like as far as rates and stuff. So I was brand new and quoting the highest in the market at the time, and I was getting it.
And
Yeah.
people, and that comes down to confidence, right? A lot of times it's all in your delivery to the client. If you feel confident in you're cleaning at 65, $70 an hour, man hour per cleaner, and you deliver that in a confident way, your client thinks you're worth it.
Mhm.
And
Absolutely.
they usually pay.
If your branding is in line with your delivery, absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. So why did you decide to open up the cleaning business? I want you to tell us a story about, your husband. He was displaced in the industry and he needed to make a pivot. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so it was a really hard time. He was in between jobs, things were not panning out, and I just felt like I needed to help out. And I don't have a degree. I love business, but I've never owned a business. I've done little side hustles here and there, but I decided to just start cleaning, and it just became so much bigger. Initially, I was like, well, if I just get 3 clients, that's all I need. 3 clients. And within 2 months, I was making 4,000 a month. And I was like, wow, like it
Yeah.
it allowed me to see what it could actually be. And that was exciting.
And you started paying some bills in the house, and that's something that you hadn't done before.
Yes, and that was such a good feeling to be able to help out and to be able to, you know, provide and support like I've always been provided and supported for. It
Yeah.
felt really good.
That
Definitely.
was, I remember when you were in the first program, Drop Them Up, you would talk about that. And that was a big thing for you. That was just super cool that you could do that. So tell everyone watching, what was your experience in the Drop Them Up and Scale Accelerator? What did you like about it? Tell me about that.
Well, I was really early on when I decided to get a coach, because in the fitness industry, I had worked with a coach previously. I had the goal to do an Ironman, and I knew I started off doing smaller races without a coach. And then when I got the wild idea to do an Ironman, I thought, this is too big for me. I've never done one. It's huge. I'm going to need help. And so I got a great coach. And the one thing she kept telling me was just trust the plan. Just trust the plan. The plan works. It works for anybody who follows the plan. And I just knew that if I were to find a coach that I felt aligned with, that if I just do what you say, the coach, then I would be successful, because there's no different between somebody who is successful in a business and somebody who's not. You just need the guidance for the areas that you've never done before. There's
That's
no difference. There's absolutely no difference. And I saw that with Ironman, all the people training. Anybody can do an Ironman. Like
Mhm.
literally anybody can do it. I know people go, "Oh, I couldn't do it." No, you could do it. You absolutely could do it. And it's the same with cleaning. There's no difference between the people who are making six figures, seven figures, and the solo cleaner. It's just lack of belief, not following a plan, not having the guidance. When you have a coach, you're taking out all the learning curve. Is there going to be a little bit of learning curve? Yeah, there's going to be a little bit, but you're learning. You're in the fast lane. You're in the HOV lane. You're not going to be in the slow lane making all the mistakes. It's like, let's fast track this. And so that's why early on I was like, I'm loving this, and I want to avoid so many of the pitfalls of new business ownership because I had never done it. So
And it's really true. And I think you hit the nail on the head, is that so many owners, especially women, struggle with belief in themselves, with the confidence. They just think they can't do something. So a lot of people will turn an opportunity down just on the fact that they have a poverty mindset. They don't believe they can do it. And you're living proof that if you show up, like you showed up to the weekly Zoom classes, I don't even think, maybe you might have missed 1 out of 24 of them, right? You showed up, you did the homework, you did everything, you had questions, you would message me at any time. There were some sticking points, like, how should I price this job? I don't know what to say. And then we worked on that together. But like, you already had the built-in self-confidence from doing the Ironman, which some people don't have that experience. So it becomes more difficult. Like, I'm the same way. If I see something I want, I just say, okay, let me just figure out how to do it. Having a coach, doing a program helps you fast track, but helps you avoid the pitfalls of figuring everything out yourself, because there's pricing, there's delivery, there's sales presentation, there's hiring, there's training a team leader, there's all kinds of stuff. And anyone that wants to do it can do it. They just need to put the time in. And we're sort of like where the rubber meets the road is like, you're going to have the 80-20 rule. You're going to have 80% of the people that ain't going to do anything. And then you're going to have 20% of the people that are actually going to do something. And you're in the 20%. You're in like the 10%, the 5%.
I don't know.
But it's really true. And that's where I think that women miss the mark, is that if they just tried, if they just followed a guide, followed a system, they would be so much further along. And it's unfortunate that they don't have that belief in themselves.
It saddens me because there's literally no, if I could just talk to somebody who's so unsure, I would just say there is no difference between you and somebody who is making 6 and 7 figures. There's absolutely not. When I followed your guide and dropped the mop, I just knew I trusted you, and I saw all the previous people. I went on YouTube and watched all the videos of all these people. And I'm like, okay, if Cheryl can help them, she can help me, because I'm just going to give it all to Cheryl. Be like, okay, just tell me what to do. There were definitely times I had doubts. There were definitely times that I felt like a failure and like I did not know what I was doing, but you were always there, always answering the questions and giving me the confidence when I didn't always have the confidence. So the drop the mop was pivotal to my success, and then moving here and starting the second location.
And then you get to meet all other cleaning business owners all around the country. And now we have this tribe, right? The Sisters Who Scale group, it's like becoming this tribe. And that was super evident at Rise Retreat when we were in person together in like the same house for 5 days. It was awesome. What did you like about that?
Wow, the people, like, oh my gosh, you and Jay are amazing. You guys are just so amazing. Both of you have your niches in the business, and I can say I learned so much. I know all the other girls were super impressed as well, but the camaraderie, like,
yeah,
it's one thing being in a networking group with other businesses, but to be with other cleaning business owners, and everybody said the same thing. It is just felt so good. We all know what we go through. We know the pitfalls, we know the joys, we know all the things. And to be able to share that was amazing. And we are like sisters now. We still stay in touch. We help each other out still. It's a really unique group. And
it's unique. Like I don't know if I expressed this to all of you, but I was humbled, I was touched, I was proud, and I felt like we just created a tribe.
Absolutely.
It was the coolest thing for me. And no one actually hears from me. But that for me, like my mission to help other female cleaning business owners scale and grow and get beyond their fears, like there's nothing like that for me. Like I am exactly where I need to be for all of you, which was like so cool.
And we are so thankful that you are, because we all just love and respect you so much. And it was amazing. What you have created is just amazing. And to be around such wonderful, kind-hearted, like-minded people, it was the best part. I'll be going to every single one.
So tell everyone who's watching, what major changes did the Drop Them Up program help you do?
Wow, so many. Clarification, knowing your numbers is,
oh yeah,
you could think you're doing fine in the business and not be doing fine in the business. Knowing your numbers is huge. Having the confidence and just understanding the direction and avoiding the mistakes that I really truly feel I would not be where I am today without the guidance.
Totally.
Because I feel like I fast tracked. And here within the first month, I was making what I was making after a few months there. So I'm already in my second month, and I've just hired 2 people. So that goal wasn't on my list until March. So to say it fast tracked me is no understatement.
Yeah, and you hired 2 people, and you're slowly backing away from cleaning already, and you just started.
It feels so good.
I know it does. So it's like the ultimate goal is to stop cleaning, send your staff out to go clean your accounts. It's like the best way.
And having gone back, because I went through all of that and dropped the mop. Yep. And all of that was already in place. So it was all the hard work was already done. The training manual was done. Everything was already done and ready to go for when I hired. And it was so good to already have that in place, because there's so many other things to learn, with
there's so much to learn.
And I mean, it's not easy, but I love it.
it's great. If you can overcome some challenges. I mean, every business is going to have challenges. The cleaning business is no different, you know. And you just have to. The only way that you win is if you don't quit.
100%.
That's it, right? So now you're in Sisters Elite with 7 other cleaning business owners. These are my rock stars. You're all going to take your business to the next level. These are the ones who really wanted to excel. Keep going. What is the Sisters Elite like for you so far?
Oh, it's the nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty. What's that?
It's getting in deep. It's getting into your KPIs. It's getting into, you know, all of the things that makes a successful business strong, having that strong foundation. And it's like drop the mop, but times 10. It's great. It's
You
awesome.
track.
Yeah, keeping track and having a pulse on the business, because as soon as you take your pulse off the business, you don't know where your spending is, what your profit margin is. And let me tell you, I just did an audit on my accounts, thanks to the spreadsheets and stuff that you provide us. And it was kind of eye-opening having employees now. I
Right.
think so differently
You
of
have to.
numbers now. And when I go and do a walkthrough and quote, I'm very strong in, you know, when you're solo, you can.
You make all the money. When you're solo, you're bringing in all the money. When you have employees, you have to account for payroll, taxes, because if you're gonna, you know, open and operate, you know, an American business, you have to pay American taxes, payroll taxes to do things the right way. And so your numbers have to be so spot on. You can't charge $30 an hour to go clean a house anymore.
No,
Doesn't
no,
work. Right.
no.
So who would you say would benefit from enrolling in the first program, the Drop Them Up and Scale Accelerator, or attending one of the retreats with us?
What I would have to say is, if you want your business to succeed, it will succeed. You just follow the plan. It's just like the Ironman training. My coach just kept saying, just follow the plan. The plan works. And I take that so strongly, it's ingrained in my head. To this, I do every single thing you tell me to do. And I may have doubts, but I do what you say, and it always works out. Like, it's like, okay, like, this is awesome. I just need to follow the plan, and it works. And so, you know, when you think about the investment, it's an investment. It's not a cost, because it's literally one client a month. Get one client a month, and it pays for the program. So is it worth getting one client a month to 3 and 4 times your income?
It's actually not one client a month. If you look at it from, like, if it's like a bi-weekly person, so you service their twice a month, right? It's like going out, the cost of it is like going out and picking up one bi-weekly client and servicing them throughout the year. So it's just a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer
Investment. Yeah.
I mean, if we had this kind of ROI in the stock market, you know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like, it's really a no-brainer when you look at the numbers. You will, I promise, if you follow the plan, you will 3 and 4 times your income if you do everything the right way.
Right. You just have to follow it, and you have to have a lot of the doubt is attached to, you know, women business owners that don't have the belief in themselves to carry it.
Mindset is the biggest factor to overcome, and it can be super powerful and hard. It's not easy, but you constantly have to work on that as well. Podcasts, books, the group,
everything.
Everything. Yeah.
So any advice for cleaning business owners who are struggling and thinking about getting some help, or struggle actually pulling the trigger on something or a program or working with a coach that they know is going to be beneficial for them?
One thing I have to say, if you always do what you've always done, you're always going to get what you've always gotten.
Very true.
Kind of have to step out in faith, trust in you, yourself, and trust in you as a coach, because you have helped so many other business owners and have brought them success. Anybody can do it if they follow your plan and have belief in themselves.
Yes, I know. I mean, the more tribe, the bigger the tribe is getting, the more exciting it is because like just like hundreds of like owners across the country are getting help and they're scaling and they're making money and they're becoming, you know, the breadwinners. Like a lot of cleaning business owners are now the women are becoming breadwinners of the household, and it's pretty empowering to do.
So empowering. And I love to see the husbands joining in because the
I
wives are making
know.
the money. So it's kind
So
of,
the husband, sometimes it takes the husbands a while, and then they say, "Wait a minute, my wife is bringing in $10,000 a month. Let me take a second look at that." You know what I mean? It takes them a while sometimes to like, tune in.
100%. It is so
Um,
worth it. You have to make a change to make a change.
you do. You have to get out of your comfort zone, and that's what so many, some people struggle with. That they're afraid to do something different because it feels a little uncomfortable. But that's the only way that you get change.
It's the only way. And having gone through a new market when I was barely getting used to the old market,
Yeah.
that was scary. Every day felt so, so scary. But, with your support and the group, I just, kept shattering that glass, as Candace would
I
say.
know.
Just shatter the glass.
Well, you're doing amazing, and we're going to keep seeing you do amazing because we're going to see you in Florida, in Destin for our second retreat in April coming up. So, more news on that soon. But it's been so amazing. Thank you for taking the time to talk with everyone and just kind of share your experience. I think it's important for people that have gone through the program to share their experiences and what they really got out of it, because so many people have so many questions all the time. So thank you for taking the time. I
You're welcome.
appreciate
So
you.
happy to be here.
Yes, and it's a Friday and you're not cleaning, and that's amazing.
No, I barely cleaned this week. I have two rock star employees, and I
Oh,
can't tell you how good that feels.
so good. It's so good. I'm so proud of you. Yay. Yay. Well,
Thank
thank
you
you
for your
so
help.
much for being on.
Thanks for having me.
I will see you soon.
Sounds good.
All
Bye.
right, bye.